Hey traders, Tyler here with another daily watch list for you. Let's jump right in, shall we? First up, we're going to start with Amazon. As you can see, I've got two alerts here. I'm looking at this on the week and the day. It's hard to see in this chart, but this alert is actually around 147.70. So I'll be looking to take this if it decides to break out of the consolidation from Friday. And then usually I'd try to, these are kind of three very even highs, so I would probably look for profit normally at this high and maybe leave a runner to here. But instead, with this being my weekly target or weekly entry, a potential entry, I guess, as well. If we hit this early on in the week and I'm still holding the position from this earlier move, I will probably just add to my position and then look to see if we can hit 149. Maybe even look for new highs around 150 or even higher. But we've got all green on Amazon, so we'll be looking good there. Yeah, that's what we're looking at with Amazon. Next up, we've got First Solar. First Solar has been kind of trending down over the last 7-8 months or so, 3 quarters. This very nice downtrend. You can see it pretty well here. Last week we had nice downward angle, strong pullback, but the day did finish red. So I'm going to see if the bears can keep the pressure up and continue pushing down. And I will probably look to take profit around 137 if that is the case. But I'll probably keep a close stop because this does seem to be. It did have some bullish momentum about 2 weeks ago or so. So I do want to be weary of the fact that it could pop back up pretty quick at any time here. And with this pullback, it definitely seems like that could happen. But we did have this nice little gap here, huge gap down candle Wednesday, and Friday pulled back into it. So hopefully that fills this gap and we push down. Look for some new lows, at least 37, maybe lower. But yeah, hold some positions down there. Next up, we've got Google. Google had a big gap up on Thursday of last week. And then a 2 down candle that finished green. Still had a pretty big wick, but overall, end of the day on a bullish trend. And we have been trending quite bullishly over the last year or so with Google. Made one of those nice V recoveries that we've seen a lot of around the year 22 flip. But yeah, so we're going to look for some continued bullish momentum here to close out the year. So we'll look to hop in around this like 137.80, 138 mark, and then look to grab profit around 140 and maybe leave a runner for 141, 142, see if we can maybe set some new recent highs. That'll be Google for us tomorrow. Next up, we've got Home Depot. Home Depot had this really strong V over the last 3-4 months or so. Nice strong downtrend, and now we've just popped right back up. We're still a little shy of these highs, so I think we still have some room to go. As you can see, over the course of the last few years, it's been slightly trending up, but not very quickly. It'll have some like pops every now and again, some decent pullbacks, but for the most part, it kind of monthly hangs on a pretty tight kind of little candle here. Same with the quarters, apart from these kind of two really big, or these handful, I guess I should say, of standout candles. The quarters are relatively tight, but in general trending up, which is very good to see. So we had 2 consolidation candles on Thursday and Friday to end the week. So I'm going to look for the breakout of these consolidation candles, and I'd like to see these 2 periods of these 2, maybe even 3 levels of liquidity all taken in the next week or 2. So I would probably look at this for maybe a 2 to 3 week trade if I can get a good entry and the bullish momentum seems strong. Maybe look to take out these levels. I do want to keep an eye on 330-ish. If it gets hung up around that level, maybe take profit there and leave just a couple runners rather than potentially looking at another bounce off this 330 psychological level and what has also been apparently a level in the past. But yeah, that'll be Home Depot for tomorrow. Next up, we've got Samsara. Samsara has had, over the last 3 years, I mean, for the most part, a bullish outlook. Did have quite a bit of pullback back in 2021. But apart from that, it's been pretty green. I guess it did end last year and start this year on a bit of a pullback, but even then we had some nice moves up throughout that period. But we had a huge gap up to start December, and it's kind of just hung high, stayed bullish. So it seems like we're trending in the bullish direction. We did have this red week last week, but it looks like it was just a couple little swing highs, some pullback here, finished on a green doji. So I want to look to see break out of these kind of levels here and then look to reclaim this $36 level. I'll probably try to take all profit there. I don't know how much more it'll get to finish out the year, but if we can see it hit 36 again, that would be pretty awesome. Next up, we've got Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin's been kind of super choppy the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever this is. Just like ones, threes, but all kind of right in the same little area. Hasn't really found a good trend either way. A lot of consolidation. You can see it here. December on the month is just an absolute tiny one candle. But it is in general trending high. I mean, it has had quite a bit of a downtrend this year, but I'm looking at it on a weekly basis here for this breakout of the one. You can find that in my other video I posted earlier today that covers my weekly plays. But otherwise, I'll be looking to get in tomorrow when it breaks this high, if it can find some bullish pressure. And then, like I said, if it kind of early on in the week can hit the second 451 level, I'll look to add to my position and try to capture a couple of these swing highs here, this guy and this guy here. I'll look to see if we can hit those two levels and make some money. That's Lockheed for tomorrow. Next up, we've got Southwest Airlines. Had a really strong 2 months or so. Had this nice little swing high of right under $30. It was on a very strong downtrend. It doesn't look like it's even broken that, to be honest. Let's just draw a quick little trend line, get an idea of what we're doing here. It almost looks like we'll go something like that. So it does look like we have a little room to grow, but it also looks like our upside is limited unless we're able to break through this trend. But with the green bullish trend, we have day, week, month, quarter are all green. Year, like I mentioned and just showed, is kind of red. But we are kind of trending in the right direction. So I might look to take small scalp, maybe a day, a couple days at most. But if we can break out of this consolidation from Friday and get up to this $30 level, $29.69 high, definitely take that happily, and then maybe leave a runner or two to see what happens, see if we can get some legs and break out of this trend line, which it is. I mean, around, if we hit it in the next month or two, it'll be around $30, $34, $35. So there is plenty of room to run on these short trades. But I do always want to be considerate of these potential limiting upside factors. So that'll be Southwest tomorrow. Next up, we've got Root. Root has been really flat, and I mean, I won't even say it's choppy. This is just like, no movement really. Very, very minimal price action over the last 2 years or so. We are looking at a broadening quarter though, so we are getting some nice new highs and lows. We did push up for this high here. Had a strong pullback and finished up Friday on a green note. So I do want to keep an eye on this. If we can kind of continue that bullish trend, break out of this 1070 level. Love to see profit here at 1150, maybe leave some small runners to 1250, and then maybe one lucky runner to see if we can hit back up to 1450. But this minimal price action, kind of just lameness of the instrument. I will probably have this one as one of my lower priority ones. I don't trust it to make any big moves. I think this past week might have just been a bit of an amalgamation. I don't know. Next up, we've got ROST Stores. ROST Stores has been kind of very choppy. It's all up and down, but it is trending up over the last year and a half, I would say. A couple big pops. Strong pullback here to start off the year, but it's been pretty green ever since. Red September, but otherwise looking good. Green across the board. We did have this nice new swing high, year high of 133.79, and then a little bit of a pullback to end the week. If we can kind of continue this bullish pressure here, I would love to hop in here and maybe reclaim that $1.50, $1.70 of retrace there, and then maybe look for new highs around the 134.22 mark from a couple years ago, or even press on to 135. Although that's shooting for the moon, I think. But if we could pull, I don't know, maybe 50 cents or $1.50 out, getting back up to here, I think that would be a great move to get in on. And last but not least, we'll be looking at SBUX. And SBUX, like a couple of these other ones, I will be looking at on the week and on the day. Doing a call out again. This one will probably be one of my lower priority instruments, as it is red on the year, red on the month. We had this strong pullback, and I don't know, it does seem like it's trending down for all intents and purposes, at least recently. It's been fairly choppy, and if anything, it's been on more of a downtrend. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Like, I'm not confident that it's going to pop back up. I do have these alerts in on the bull side, where I'll be looking to see if this green candle can continue from Friday. I will probably take profit pretty quickly here, and then if we do somehow get some really strong price action up, I will maybe look to take a weak play if we can reverse this the red two downs, as you can see on the week chart here, and then look to kind of reclaim a couple of these highs. If we do get up to that level, I'll definitely be a little bit more bullish on this, as that'll flip the month to green. We'll be right under the year. That'll give me a lot more confidence in this stock, but it's just based off everything we've seen recently, I don't have a lot of confidence. I will be watching this, see if it goes down. Maybe, I don't really see any good entries on the downside, but I'll just keep an eye on it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But these will be the handful of stocks I'm watching going into tomorrow. You can also find my weekly list. I'll link that in the description. If you'd like to see the things I'll be looking at throughout the course of all of next week. But yeah, let me know what you'll be looking at, what you'll be trading, if there's anything I missed, anything you think I should consider. Otherwise, good luck on your trades, and I will talk to you tomorrow.